Of course, my favorite was Cigar.
And Jerry Bailey calls on Cigar for everything he has. The Carrier's a weakening second. On the inside, unaccounted for. On the outside, Solo the Manor. And here he is, the unconquerable, invincible, unbeatable Cigar.
He was my favorite horse, so consequently it was my favorite Breeders' Cup. The unique aspect of the Breeders' Cup is it brings so many countries together, racing from all over the world, literally. Not only do we have multinational horses, but jockeys and trainers as well from over 10 countries. So it's a great experience to bring racing from all parts of the world together in one place to compete. So my very first Breeders' Cup win was a classic. So I kind of started on the right foot. It was here at Churchill Downs on Black Tie Affair. A horse I only rode one time. I had never ridden him prior, and I never rode him again.
And Black Tie Affair, Brimley trying to hold on to the lead. On the outside, Twilight Agenda. It'll be those two. Black Tie Affair on the inside, Twilight Agenda. Black Tie Affair, and a front-running masterpiece of race riding here by Jerry Bailey does it.
And then, of course, there was the long shot, the French-trained Arcang at 133 to 1. A horse that came from last, again here at Churchill Downs, a horse named Concerned. And then my last year of riding, I won the Classic on a horse named St. Liam for a dear friend, Bill Warren. And so that kind of encapsulates it for me. I guess if I was going to have to get lucky in one and win multiple, the Classic was a good one to get lucky in. I worked all year just to get to the Breeders' Cup. Of course, we have the Kentucky Derby here in the spring, but really you're working for all other types of horses, long, older horses, younger horses, grass and dirt, long races and short races. You begin in April and May to build toward the Breeders' Cup and try and collect your mounts to this last Saturday in October or the first Saturday in November, depending on where you are in the time of year. You predict what your horse can do in May and June and July, and then you come here in early November and the track is wet and the turf is soft, and it can throw a wrench into anybody's plan. So there's always a secret, and it's usually finding the fastest horse. If you get the good trainers with the fastest horses, your chances go up immensely, but it does take a lot of luck. Even though you have the best horse, it has to be the best horse on that day with some luck as well. I guess my most unique Breeders' Cup experience was riding for Andre Fab, a French horse, a French trainer, came here, and he was the longest priced horse in Breeders' Cup history to win, and I won the Classic on him, paying $269.
Dialzo taking his run for the lead as they come to the top of the stretch. Azud is still in with the chance in behind horses. Best Pal is only 4 lengths from the lead. Pleasant Tango is coming hard. Kissing Chris is also right there. Arcang is coming in between horses, and it's still Bertrandel with an onslaught of challengers. Here comes Arcang, a huge upset looming here as Arcang comes flying on the outside, and he runs by Bertrandel, Kissing Chris. Here is Arcang to win it in an absolute shocker, 99 to 1.
Shocker for me, a shocker for fans, but a unique experience all the same. I'm pretty critical of jockeys. Here in the States, I get to watch him a lot, and I think John Velasquez, although he's in the twilight of his career, I won't say he's on the way out, but he's probably, I think, the best rider currently. But right behind him, there's some really good ones. There's 2 kids in New York, the Ortiz brothers, Irad and Jose. There's Mike Smith, of course. He's in the twilight of his career, and he's setting every record you can possibly set. He won the Triple Crown this year, and he's obviously up there at the top. A lot of good young talent, kid in California named Drayden Van Dyke. So that's kind of the old-timers and the up-and-comers. So Ryan Moore and I have become friends over the last several years, and he's such an intelligent rider and voted the world's best rider on a couple of occasions. And so we just went over the nuances of not only the horses he's riding against, but also the course here. And he's becoming a lot more familiar with American racing, but even as good as he is, he came over here on Mendelssohn for the Kentucky Derby and had a lot of bad luck early in the race, was mauled about an 1/8 of a mile out of the gate. It's a very roughly run race. Once I rode here, or any track in America several times, you kind of get the idea of it and you watch these horses, but I had the chance to go to Europe a couple of times, and I needed to lean on riders from there, from from England and from France, and to give me a little bit of local knowledge. Just you know, the nuances of the course, the ups and the downs. American racing is a lot easier because the courses are flat. We only make one turn. It's left-handed all the time. And European courses in general have more strategy involved.
It's due by Millennium. He's increased his advantage. He's gone 6 or 7 lengths in front. Centre Walk can't pick him up. Battling on has been all, but this is some performance. It's due by Millennium. Jerry Bailey, who goes on to win the Prince of Wales Stakes by 6 or 7 lengths. Fantastic performance.
It's not just the same break and go left when you hit the first turn and turn left again. I particularly like the undulations of the courses and the different turns. So I loved Ascot. It was particularly fun for me, but still there's certain aspects of different tracks that you need to be aware of. Jerry Bailey, former jockey, retired, now working for NBC Sports as a racing analyst.